All right, y'all, it's time. Yeet the bill. We have to react. Okay. I talked about this a little bit. Oh, hold on. We got the ITV drip on. Hold on. You know, we got the ITV merch. So go get your ITV merch. He got the original ITV design. I got the Clout Demon edition. And then Monster is vibing over there. Okay. So look, we already listened to a snippet of this during Coachella. Before Coachella, it sounded great. Me and Barrett were vibing. We have a video where we were talking about the Yeats future. If y'all want to like go watch that, I'm gonna have that linked up here at the video at the top or at the end of the video. So we have to check this out. Let me know in the comments, did the song meet your expectations? That's the only thing I'm concerned about, is that that main part's gonna be good. He's just gonna do the loop method, which he can get away with the loop method if he adds enough like in between, like if he adds some like filler stuff. But that production was sounding crispy. Now, are we ready to check this out? Yo, B, you got your headphones? Cause you already know if you listen out the speaker, it's gonna be mid. Okay. Alright, let's do it, man. Okay. So I did want to show y'all this before we started. No, not this one. Okay, I saw this funny ass interview after he did Coachella. So to confirm, Barrett, we were talking about him on the drugs in the previous video. And I was like, I think he back on that shit. And after watching this, he definitely back on that shit.
Hey, how you doing today?
Chilling.
Yes, sir. What's your name and where you from?
Yeat from the world.
Yeah, the world is definitely in the house. Stop playing with them. Yes, sir. Just try to fit right quick.
You hear me?
Damn.
Ring it.
Uh-huh.
Big stone.
Jesus. You see everything, man. Chrome to the dome. Valencia.
Man.
You see the shades, everything. If you give anybody a styling tip, what would it be?
Be extraterrestrial.
Ooh, okay.
And phenomenal.
Damn. Talk your talk. Would you rather have a partner with style or funds?
I love everything.
Damn. Okay. What's your favorite song right now?
Every song.
Damn. Okay. What's your favorite meal?
Every meal.
Damn. What's your zodiac sign?
This is like a meme. This is not even an interview.
Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate you, brother. Hold up. What's your zodiac sign?
Every sign.
It's the interviewer. It's the way the interviewer gassed it up. But I was like, okay, yeah. So we get it slightly social, Yeat.
They both knew the assignment. Yeat was like, man, I'm just gonna fuck around, make this shit funny. And then the interview was like, I'm gonna gas off that shit and just hype you up. That shit was funny. I ain't gonna lie, that shit was funny. The way he said extraterrestrial had me dead as fuck. He was like extraterrestrial.
So are we like ever getting that old Yeat voice back? Cause his new voice, like, well, his voice has always been deep, to be fair. But like his voice has always been deep, like when he talked. But like, I don't know if we get in that high pitch, like Too Alive type Yeat. I don't know if we get in that anymore, because it seemed like he really in this like futuristic deep voice like back, which I like all his voices. I want to hear everything, but like this snippet made me feel like, okay, maybe we are getting it. So let's go ahead and get it.
I like
Everybody
the way his voice sounds personally.
I like all the voices, so I don't really care. But you know, the fans, the meat writers, they feel like they only like one version of Yeat. I like all the versions. So let's see. We're gonna go ahead and check it out. Everybody got their headphones. Let's see. Did he cook or does it have this? I ain't gonna lie. Okay.
Oh, I like that.
Okay.
I like that. I ain't gonna lie. I like that.
I ain't gonna lie. I was concerned about like what would the part after that snippet sound like, but he definitely delivered. Like that part alone makes it to where, like, I don't know if he gonna repeat that part, but I like that, cause like when he did the Feel No Ways like remix on Coachella, I really liked his singing voice, and I was like, dang, if he could do that a little more, that would be nice. I feel like this is it. Like I feel like his vocal bag is a little bit deeper, like this time around than like early. Like that's the thing. I feel like he knows how to use his voice better, like in more ways now than like before, which is why I feel like this new version of him, I do feel like it's better overall, because he can do whatever he wants, like, and getting whatever back he wants, and it not sound like rough. Like you could tell he's like really putting everything together, like from all the eras. Like he's finding a good way to like blend everything type shit. So yeah, this
Hmm.
sound fire. This is fire. I'm excited for the new era now. Like, I was already like looking forward to it, but now I'm like, okay, this sounds really, really polished. Like, it doesn't sound like just like raw, like, like some of the older music, like Barry, you were talking about like the chaotic nature of like some of the older music versus like how, I guess, complete it sounds, like almost like cinematic. He managed to like have that like cinematic vibe with the like almost like chaotic vibe, but
Yeah.
I feel like he's running it a lot more than like even like lifestyle. Some of the songs I like, he just looped it a lot and didn't really add like a much like new material to keep it as interesting as it could have been. But I feel like this, like so far, he's addressing the allegations that he's just a loop merchant. Like
Hmm.
sometimes it works when the song's really really good. It works, but sometimes allegations. He fighting the loop allegations. Okay, this is what I want, bro. Like he's already shown he could do this before, which is
That
why
was a
like
smooth transition into that verse.
that
Like I
was
didn't even
smooth.
notice that it happened, and then when I did notice it, that's when it hit me. Like that was really smooth. Like his flow, like to begin the verse, like with the beat and everything. That was nice.
He's really putting this shit together. Like it's like so many people keep trying to predict the fall off. Oh, he's done. It's like artistically, his evolution has been crazy. Like really in a
Hmm.
short amount of time. And like now I'm like, bro, so you found a way to capture that like almost like 4L to alive type vibe mixed with like the cinematic vibe of like lifestyle. Cause like it sounds clean. Like everything sounds really clean and like very organized and like tastefully placed, like in terms of like all the different layers. Which that's always been his thing, but like now it's like it's just on a different level. Like I don't
I
see
agree
how
with that heavily.
you can't objectively say it's not like on a different level than like his old stuff. Even if you like some of the older songs, like this is just sonically like such a better experience, like really on like some Travis Scott level type like vibe with the quality of the production and then his vocals. So I don't know, man. This next album, it might be his best one. I don't know. Like this is like definite. He actually exceeded my expectations, to be honest, because I didn't have any faith that he wasn't just gonna like overuse that line and make it like feel played out. But I feel like this is what Yeat could be doing every song if he wanted to. It's just a matter of like, is he gonna put this level of effort into every song? If he does, it's gonna be his best album. So I feel like he's at a point in his career where he can do that. It's really just up to him. But this had a perfect balance of like the vibe, like him playing around with the vocals, being really dynamic vocally, catchy, a lot of he was doing a lot of rapping in there, okay? Because people be saying, oh, he not a rapper for real. He just be vibing. He be in those allegations this song too. Me personally, I want to say that because I know I've heard him go crazy on Back to Bed, Bullet TV. So I know what he could do. But it's nice to see that being brought into this era. Like for a whole song, not just like one little part of the song. So like throw it in there. But like this was perfect for me. What did y'all think about the song? Like
I liked it a lot. I already said, yeah, I already told you, Sierra, when we were doing when we were watching his Coachella, sorry, performance, that just judging by like the however long it was, like 30 seconds or whatever, the snippet of that song, I said that I really liked it and I was looking forward to listening to it entirely because um it it like embodies like two different like phases of Yeat and like his music. Like I hear parts and like similarities and like the essence of like, Two Alive and Life, like those albums where it was more just
mm-hmm.
crazy, energetic and kind of rambunctious and just so much shit's happening all at one time. You can't with your ears like track what's going on, but it was just super entertaining to listen to. And then like I also hear stuff from today where like it's more structured and there's more like discipline with like what
Mhm.
he's doing with his music. So it has both of those like just put together. Like it sounds great. It's like a hybrid of just both of those things for me, and it sounds awesome. I like the way vocally how he expressed himself. Um, with the whole like like the whole like high note with the whole
Yeah.
like whatever like when he started doing that, like to me that reminded me a lot of how he vocally um was rapping in his older music.
Mhm.
Like today it's more, I hear more monotone, more baritone, like he kind of just rides out the middle of that spectrum or lower. He doesn't really go high as much as he used to. So that was nice for me because that was like nostalgic. That was like, oh, okay, that sounds like Life or Too Alive, like that. It sounds like that kind of Yeat whenever he was rapping. So personally, I like it. That was fire, and if the next project that he drops, like the next full album that he drops, if it's consistent to that and sounds like that, then I'm all for it. I'll be one of the first people to buy
Same.
it or stream it, download it, whatever you call it.
Same. Moss,
I
you was
agree,
fucking with it?
bro. He said basically everything, but I feel like those high notes, like, definitely a throwback. But I feel like he did them like a lot better. Like they were like,
Mhm. Yeah.
I feel like they were clean. Like they didn't, like they weren't breathy.
Yeah.
I feel like
Mhm.
he got a lot better at singing. I like it a lot.
Yeah, like that's definitely a good point. Like it sound a lot more like almost like he's been practicing singing. Like I saw on his Insta story he was in the gym. So like maybe even though he's still dipping and dabbling into the drugs, trying to refine his craft and work on his body so that he can like perform, because like even the performances he's done a lot more energy than when he first started. So like, it seems like he's at a point where he's really trying to like refine and not just like spam and like actually trying to like round out his sound. And like now it's like that he's done so many different eras, he can pull from like some of every era and like give the best parts of like each era into like the new music. So this
Mhm.
is like, if this was on Lifestyle, this would have been a top 3 song, I think. So like that's good for the trajectory of his music, because this means it's better than most of the recent stuff he put out, including most of the songs on Lifestyle. Although there are some bangers on Lifestyle, Life Party, Don't Get Me Started, Fade, uh, Occupancy Orchestrate. I don't know how that one hasn't popped off. It's a lot
I
of
love
them.
Orchestrate.
It's a lot of them on Lifestyle, but this sounds
That's
even better than Lifestyle. More dynamic. Although I feel like he was carrying, he wasn't getting carried by the beat. The beat actually isn't that crazy. Like this is really
yeah.
him just like being like a painter for real and just like making the colors himself,
I feel
like with
like
his
both the
voice.
beat. I feel like both the beat and like lyrically, like what he did,
Mm-hmm.
both were just on the same spectrum. They were both like very simplistic. There wasn't like a whole bunch of shit going on with the beat. Like the production wasn't overbearing. There wasn't like 15 layers in terms of, like different instrumentals or plugins or whatever the fuck. Like there wasn't so much going on that like you just couldn't, they're like, you couldn't keep track of what was going on. And he himself also wasn't like, um, you know, lyrically like just going at a super insane pace or just like rushing himself where he sounds out of breath. That's why I like the point that he made about how when he was hitting higher notes and kind of going higher on his vocal spectrum that it was more crisp or like he didn't sound like as breathy, because that is 100% very true in terms of how he would sound when he did go to that range in his earlier music. Like you could hear it. It almost sounded like he was laboring so much. Like when he would
Mm-hmm.
go up high and he would just breathe everything out. Like it is a matter of, you could look at Big Tonka. Like when he was like you know, when he what was the chorus? It's like the lamb truck, but like whenever he's like saying that chorus, you can almost like hear it. It's like he's like trying really hard, or it's like he's out of breath. It's like he went to go for a run and then came back in the studio and recorded the chorus. Whereas now it's like he sounds like more articulate, more disciplined. There's more punch to like, you know, his syllable, like, you know, like how he's enunciating his words. So I agree with him, and I think that was a great point that he made. But yeah.
Yeah, were you gonna say something else, Moss? Okay. Yeah, those are some really good points, y'all. I gotta see what are my fellow Yeat Glazers saying in the comments. You know what I'm saying? I gotta congregate with my people. Let's see, what's the glaze looking like? Yeat clearing Cardi, IDGAF. Like, come on, this is why I gotta host the Yeat versus Cardi Ox battle. If anybody wants to represent Yeat with me and Barrett, let me know in the comments. I could get y'all in the Discord. We also need some Cardi Glazers. So if y'all know any Playboy Cardi fans that want to represent their bisexual vampire king, let me know. So, you know, we want to debate. We want to go head to head. And we need to go head to head in the Ox battle. So y'all let me know. Pull up to the Twitch. The link's pinned in the comments and description. Bro, this song just dropped. How could we be from TikTok? He changed 4 voices in the song. What an artist. That might be one of his best flows. Everyone will eventually realize he is the greatest artist to exist ever. Hold on, slow down. He's up there though. He's up there. He's up there, okay? No glaze. You could tell there's no new Yeat or old Yeat, only experimental Yeat. He's discovering creating more beats each day to please our ears till it floods out. Oh, whoa, whoa! Yo! Yo, I almost read that. Yo, what the fuck? That's crazy. No, what the
That was
hell?
a bad comment, man.
Dang, chat. Oh, they almost got me. Yeat, the best artist of our generation. Facts. Facts. Okay, Yeat's already on the Mount Rushmore. Y'all just don't know it yet. ADL will sound crazy. Right. Okay, this man's on top of the world. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just want to say, Yeat clears Cardi, runs circles around Cardi. It's not even close. It's not even remotely close. Not in the same atmosphere. Okay, yes, Cardi got more glazers, but in terms of music, in terms of artistry, talent, experimentation, you know, Yeat's actually trying to find his own sound. Cardi bites other people's sound. Let's keep it a buck. All right, I'm done instigating, but y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Click the link tree, all socials on there, Discord's on there as well. Shout out to Barrett, shout out to Moss. I have their links in the comments. Y'all can go tap in with them. All right, until next time, you guys, we're outie.